You guys held Washington, Colton offense to a pretty fair number. How would you classify this game? Gave up some in chunks, but you held them when you really had to.
You know, I think we played pretty well. I think at times we were a little more consistent than we have been. And then I think down the stretch we left some plays on the field. But I think overall the communication was good. Guys were in the right spots. You know, I think the tackling was pretty good. I think it was pretty good, and I think at this point we're happy. You know, we have to go back and watch the film. But I think it was a nice start. I think.
Hold them to those 2 field goals early on in the game when they were right.
You know, I think anytime you can hold a team in the red zone to field goals, I mean, it's not a, quote, win, but if you trade field goals for touchdowns, you got a chance. If you're trading touchdowns for touchdowns, it's a different type of game. So I think those stops were huge early in the game, and our offense got rolling. I think it all kind of came together. So I think those stops were huge.
Don, you've talked about how much improvement you've seen in practice, these guys in 2 weeks. Have you seen it in the games? I mean, you guys kept UCLA to 10 points through 3 quarters, kept these guys to 6 points through about 3 quarters. You seeing progress each week from these guys?
Yeah, we are definitely seeing progress. We're definitely seeing the evidence of what's happening in practice. We're starting to see it manifest itself in games, and that's the goal. You know, to continue to practice great and then go to the games and actually apply it and see it. And it's starting to happen. You know, we're a long way away, but you can see it starting to happen, and that's really exciting for the players, and it's really exciting for the coaching staff as well.
The communication you talked about, is that something you've seen improve also the last couple weeks, one of the things you're really working on?
Yes, it has improved. There was a couple times we missed a couple things today, but overall the communication has improved a lot, and once again, I think that's one of the reasons we're playing a little more consistently, you know, not as consistent as we like to, but we're playing more consistent, and I think that's a byproduct of the communication.
Eric Dargan gets another pick tonight. Reggie Daniels came into today leading the team in tackles. What is it about those 2 safeties that have them playing so well?
No, I think our defense, you know, based on the offense we're playing, our defense asks, you know, certain players to make certain plays, and the last couple, you know, not the last couple, but a lot of the teams we're playing, the ball's going to be put in the air where those safeties should make plays, and they're doing what they're supposed to do.
DP, one thing I noticed is the guys really ran to the ball as a team tonight. Is that something that you saw as well?
Yeah, running to the ball is one of the emphasis. In fact, Coach Helfrich laid that down to the players. This is what we must do. And to a man, it's getting better. It can be a lot better, but it's getting better.
You guys ran some different schemes tonight. Your nickel package, it seemed like Dargan came out and played corner. Did I see that? You
know, there's some rotations in the secondary where we're just trying to get the best players in the best position for what we think is going to happen. And, so you're going to see guys moving around a little bit.
Don, how do you assess tackling tonight? That's been something that bugs you guys for a while. What do you think?
Well, it's tough to assess our tackling until I watch the film. I think early on it was pretty good. I think down the stretch it wasn't as good. I think early on it was better.
This team came in, I think, with 1 turnover all season. You guys forced a couple. Did you see anything, or was that just playmaking on the field at the moment?
You know, we evaluated them, and they did a tremendous job of protecting the football. So one of the goals was to try to get the ball, you know, and change the game. And fortunately, our kids took it to heart and took a couple of takeaways from them.
Has tackling been a point of emphasis in practices?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we're definitely practicing tackling. You know, right now for us, we're trying to build and get better. And the couple things we're harping on, number one is fundamentals, pad level, getting off blocks, running to the ball, and then tackling. And you know, you watch TV, there's a lot of missed tackles everywhere. You can make up for that on defense if guys are off blocks and running.
I think that there could be a complete turn of the tables the way that it has turned out to become.
You know, fortunately for me, when I was a player, I didn't realize how much we had lost consistently to those guys, and now it's, you know, now it's wonderful that we've had success, and the success is not just against Washington but against everyone. But it's happy to see the turn in our program and the success we're having, and you know, obviously we're happy to have a streak over anybody.
Those uniforms had to bring back some memories.
Oh, those uniforms were fabulous. Those uniforms, and the hit of the day was the uniforms.
Thanks, Coach.
Coach, obviously every game's supposed to be equally important and everything, but as a former player, was this rivalry game special to you?
You know, it's not a lot of special significance beyond it was win number 6, and it gives us a chance to move on and have a chance to try to get win number 7. So that's it. I mean, I love the game from the standpoint. When I played, it was always a physical, rough, tough game, and that's my memory of the games. I guess Washington was physical, tough games.
But those uniforms, you were pretty familiar with those. I think you wore some pretty close to those.
I still have a jersey that looks very similar to those jerseys, and once again, seeing the players, the last night, the reunion of the 1989 team that really started all this off. Those guys were so excited. It was great to see them, and then the day to see them on the field, and then for us to be in a throwback. I mean, at that point today was really, really exciting. It was really special. It was really special.